Come on down to the Limbo banter, you might get the surprise.
I couldn't decipher what was what. I couldn't decipher who I was anymore.
I like to wipe the slate.
Yeah, you don't want anyone to see that process. Do you know what I mean?
I just want to feel good.
Welcome down to another episode of Ibiza Amigos. We're here at the wonderful Rio in San Antonio in the port. Not sure if you can see that behind us, probably not. But it's a wonderful place in the port of San Antonio. We're going to just play a little bit of a promo video for the place. So hold tight. Welcome back to Ibiza Amigos. My name's Roberto Campoli and we have a wonderful guest today, a musician on the island and actually a good friend of mine from Middlesbrough, so not far down the road from where I'm from. Welcome, Brad Jameston. Hello.
Thank you very much, sir.
How are
Thanks
you?
for having me. Yeah,
Looking
great.
dapper as always, mate. Always looking dapper.
And yourself?
You're not nervous, are you?
No.
No, I haven't got any funny questions to ask you, so
No.
all pretty simple questions. You've
I'm
got your
just sat
dog.
having a chat with me mate and my dog. Like,
Pretty much,
chilling,
yeah. Buddy is your dog, isn't it?
Yeah.
How old's Buddy? Now?
He's 5 now. We come together about. Oh no, it'd be over 5. We come together nearly 5 years ago.
You have him as a puppy?
He was a puppy, but he was fully grown. I found him on the street. He was in
Oh, did you?
Portugal.
I didn't know. In Portugal?
In Portugal, yeah.
I didn't know that.
I was on a little camper van trip and
Right.
I kept on meeting all these dogs and I was like, I can't have a dog. I'm not ready for a dog. I'm right. In my van, there's no room for a dog. And then I met.
It's a big decision, isn't it? It's like
Yeah.
sort of takes over your life in a good way.
Totally, yeah. And then I met him and we just like fell in love with each other
And there he is.
Yeah.
He's class, like.
He's a good lad.
Well, first things first, thank you so much for coming down. I know, especially in the summer, in the heat of summer, it's busy, everyone's busy, and you've got a lot of things going on. So thank you very much for coming down. But so yeah, what have you been up to today so far? Tell us, apart from being here for the last hour and a half.
Today, I've just been running errands today. It was just a bit of a Monday mission, just like trying to get them sensible jobs.
What's your morning routine? Take us through. I know you'll have one.
Oh yeah, I do. You know, I do. I love my morning routine. My first thing on the morning is to go for a walk. Go for a little walk. Take the dog down the beach. Have a sit by the sea. Have a little meditate. Do some breaths, and then I'll try and hit the gym or something like that.
Which gym do you go to?
Frail.
In San Ann?
In Santa Hilaria.
Oh yeah, you're in Santa Hilaria now.
Santa Hilaria, yeah.
What's it like living through there? Because it's slightly different to San Ann, isn't it?
It's quite. It keeps me out of trouble, which is good. Which is definitely good.
So you're a live musician on the island, singer, and I'm assuming you'll have your residencies, your weekly residencies. Do you have?
Yes.
Take us through them. Where do you play on the island?
At the moment, I'm playing at Oku Hotel on a Sunday.
Oh, that's
Do
wicked.
like a brunch on a Sunday. It's a good pool party vibe. I do Me Hotel in Santa Hilaria. It's really like a rooftop sunset vibe. And then do Petunia as well, Petunia Hotel near Esvedra, another like sunset rooftop
cool.
vibe.
Is that every week?
Every week.
So how many gigs is that you doing a week?
3. And
Doing
then
3.
do the odd one in like, you know, Flighters Irish Bar when you play, and
And you get the odd birthdays and stuff, don't you?
good odd birthday, villa parties, weddings, that kind of thing. Yeah, but they're my 3 residencies.
Yeah, wicked.
Yeah.
Well, if you're on the island, check Brad out with them residencies. There's some cool venues there. Especially Oku's. I went there. I was actually at a wedding. When was it? I can't remember when it was, but it's a proper cool venue, isn't it?
Yeah, it's sick. It's a sick venue.
So I've been checking you out online as I do all the guests that have come on. I've become like a little bit of a stalker, which is really weird. In a good way, obviously not in a creepy way. But no Facebook.
No Facebook, yeah.
I was searching for a few minutes and I was like, what? Why can't I find Brad? And I'm like, hang on. Knowing Brad, he's probably come off Facebook.
Yeah.
So why the move? Why did you come off Facebook? And when did you come off Facebook?
Do you know what? I was toying with the idea for ages, and then I was like, why am I hesitating? Like, just a feeling this pull to not be on Facebook.
If it's pulling you.
It's pulling me, yeah. So it was just like one social media is enough for me. I'm already getting distracted by everything that I need to do in my life.
Yeah.
By Instagram, so I was like, Facebook's it's just another distraction for me. So if people know where to find me. Like.
Well, you mentioned Instagram there, so I did find you obviously on Instagram because we speak on Instagram sometimes. But I was just scrolling through. I tried to go through all of. I went all the way to the bottom, like a proper stalker. Do you know what I mean? All the way to the bottom. 'Cause I thought
half-assed stalker.
I thought I was going to find some really like dark and forgotten times of Brad, but I didn't.
That might be another reason why I deleted Facebook as well.
But I didn't. I couldn't find any because normally what I do is I normally go through like people's Facebook profile pictures and I go to the first one, and it's always normally like a topic because people forget about that. Do you know what I mean? I've forgot about my first profile picture. You just post them and you don't delete them, do you?
Yeah,
Just like
exactly.
So I scrolled all the way to the bottom, but yours Instagram seems to be very consistent. So is that a purpose thing? Like it's quite a spiritual Instagram, I think. That's what the vibe that I got.
I only really started my Instagram a couple of years ago.
Right.
Before that, I didn't work with for ages, and then so I only started it a couple of years ago. But it's exactly that. Like nobody's got it in them to go through the Facebook and like delete all them old posts. So anyone who finds you for the first time has access to like 17-year-old me. It just does not represent who I am now at all.
Yeah, but I suppose it's like I've always thought like Facebook, especially profile pictures and pictures in general, they're like tattoos. Do you know what I mean? Like, so I mean, I don't know if you've got any tattoos. I haven't got any tattoos, but people get tattoos, say, when they say 17, right? And then when they're 30, they probably wouldn't have got that tattoo.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So they sort of like the body's tattoos are sort of like a representation of like their progress as a human. Do you know what I mean? And that's what Facebook is, I think, when you go back.
I like to wipe the slate.
Yeah, you don't want anyone to see that process. Do you know what I mean? What is involved in that process? That's what I want to know.
I'll cherry pick the process for anyone who asks.
Yeah.
No, I'm quite an open book. Like I've got nothing to hide. It was just like
you've got nothing to hide, just apart from your past.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. No. Not like I said, nothing to hide. It just felt like a distraction. And when I looked at it, I was like, I wasn't keeping updated with it. I was like, the last post I did was like a year ago or whatever.
So what's the point?
What's the point of having it? Yeah.
Well, yeah, I did look. If you have mentioned look on Brad's Instagram, I mentioned like a spiritual Instagram. That's the vibe that I got because everything's very calm, should I say, and positive. But I did get that proper stuck out positivity really in your Instagram, and you do a lot of meditation. You've been doing some today actually, whilst I was running about like a blue ass flag. And I was sort of looking over. I was thinking, I want a bit of that really. Like, I'm in the wrong game. But yeah, your Instagram's. I think should I say your progress? I think now is you've become very calm, and you've got an awesome van. Which I've got some pictures of the van actually, which I'll put on. So you've travelled to many places in this van. You've done it up. It's had many facelifts, should we say? Yeah. So are you living in the van?
Not full time right now, no.
But you were.
I have done. The longest I've spent in it in one go was 11 months.
And that was that on the island as well?
That was from the island, did a little Euro trip, went to the Canary Islands, and I was gunning for a year.
Right.
And then lockdown
Right.
put an end to that.
But in lockdown, were you not in the van? Or did you go?
No, came back to the UK.
Went back to the UK. Yeah. So what's it like? Like, because you've lived in the van in Ibiza before as well. So what's it like living in the van like on the island? Do you get much like hassle from the police and so do you get moved on? Or?
No, I've not. I've been moved on twice in 5 years.
Right.
And that was like there was loads of vans there, and
Right.
like they come every now and
You
then.
didn't park on the West End or anything?
Yeah.
This is where I'm gonna live.
Yeah, I think, do you know what? It just depends who you are. Like I'm quite like I'm just aware, a bit self-aware. So I was like, when I'm parked up, I'm not making a scene or anything like that. And then I've seen like vans pull up and they're having a party and the awning's out and they got a barbecue on.
The Guardian's not gonna let that go, is it?
Yeah, exactly. So it's like if you're a bit more stealthy about it, then you're all right. You're not bothering anyone. Then yeah, it's cool.
I suppose, yeah. Any van owners out there, so it's safe to live in Ibiza in a van.
Yeah, you're safe, definitely.
So I didn't know this about you actually. I came across it last night. Just briefly, tell me about Vedra Stone.
Vedra Stone is my jewelry brand. This is it. This is Vedra Stone. So.
And that one.
And that one, yeah. This is the.
I know that because I've seen the pictures of them today.
Yeah. Yeah, I was having a little bit of a moment by the little tree next to Esvedra, just like a quiet moment, and I'd got these beads off not these particular ones, just a set of beads called Mala beads for meditation. There's 108 beads, 108. Do you know the Fibonacci sequence?
No.
It's like you'll know.
Tell me the Fibonacci sequence.
Now you're getting into photography, you'll absolutely love the Fibonacci sequence. It's like a spiral that comes up in nature, like in snail shells, and like the way a flower unfolds. And when you take
like
a
Sunset
picture,
Ashram.
Yeah, like that. You put it on a picture, and it's like the perfect like energy unfolding. So like in a photo, if you stick the Fibonacci sequence and you create like the points of interest along this sequence, it would like be the perfect way to engage the human brain or whatever.
Right.
It was Leonardo Fibonacci who came up with this, and he had some other frames of thinking for the universe, and one of them is that 108 is the perfect way mathematically to represent the wholeness of the universe. How, I don't know, but this
108.
Mala beads are like thousands of years old. They're like in Hinduism and Buddhism. So anyway, it's to keep your track without having to count. It's like rosary beads, but without having a religious attachment to them. But yeah, so I found it really grounding. I was like, I'm in front of Esvedra. I love Esvedra, so that's where the name Vedra Stone came from. And yeah, they're just really nice beads, smart jewelry, but also the lava stones in them, the porous, so they keep your scent.
Energy.
You keep energy for sure, but keep your scent, so your essential oils, that's that kind of thing. Keep to your risk, hold the scent.
So do you dip them in the oils?
Just give them a spray.
Right.
Give them a spray and it keeps them there. Yeah.
Well, I didn't know that about the was it Marla Stone?
Mala beads.
Marla beads.
Mala bead, that's like the 108 necklace.
Right.
If it's 108, then it's
When I seen Vedra Stone, I just thought that was because Jamestown.
Ah, yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what I thought, anyway.
Well, stones, and I was like, they've got the power of Esvedra in them, so it's Vedra Stone. Yeah, it just felt nice.
That's good, and that's vedrastone.com, isn't it? Yeah.
Vedrastone.com.
Yeah, so check that out. I did check them out. It's cool. I like the ideas. Who makes them? Do you make them yourself?
I don't make them myself, no. I've got a great guy called David out here, Italian guy, and he's been making jewellery for years. So we sat and designed the pieces together and put the collection together, and I'll be working with him in the future.
That's cool.
He's
I think I'm going to buy one. I think I quite like that necklace. It's cool.
Yeah.
So how much? What's the sort of price range of them? Like what's stuff like that necklace you've got on?
Get to the website vedrastone.com.
Hey.
Check them out.
Right, so you brought this amazing dog with you, which is he's called Buddy, and he pretty much is your buddy, isn't he?
Yeah.
So the question is, mate, which is the most important question. People come to see you play at your gigs. Are they actually coming to see you, or are they coming to see Buddy?
I have honestly become the sidekick in my own life.
I mean, if he starts playing guitar, you're fucked, right?
Proper.
You screwed, mate, yeah.
Proper. Yeah, he does love a little sing. So the first like 10, 15 minutes of the set, he's always singing along.
Well, you're gonna play a little track for us later on, aren't you? On the show,
I am
so
going to play a little track.
Is he gonna be?
He's going to be getting baby sat downstairs.
I feel as though I want to see what happens though.
Oh, I'll show you,
Do you
but
mean?
he will just like clip the microphones and.
I'm starting to think that you're sort of shoving him to one side when you start playing because he's that good. He's that good that he's sort of like he can't be in that limelight.
Harmony. The harmonies.
That's the one.
He's, like,
He's screwing you over, buddy. That's what he's doing, mate. So obviously living in you've been on the island a few years now, and you've obviously lived in the van and stuff like that. So you must have like a favourite place. I'm not saying like favourite place to camp or favourite place to live, but where is your go-to place on the island at the minute? And why?
I've always loved Calicompta. It's just a spot, just a vibe around there. I love being anywhere in the forest actually. Anywhere in the forest on the island, I think there's so much natural beauty on this island, and we tend to see it as the beaches and that as well.
Yeah.
But it's such a green island. Like Canary Islands are all like, for most of them, they're black and rocky.
It was originally
volcanic.
called Pine Island.
Was it really?
Yeah, Ibiza, yeah,
didn't
because
know
there's just like a ridiculous amount of pine trees.
Yeah.
So it was just pine trees,
Yeah.
which is basically sort of like mini forests, you know?
Yeah.
That's basically what it was
Yeah,
called.
it's beautiful. And anywhere in the trees, and I'm happy. Love going on the hikes. On a Wednesday, we do a Wild Man Wednesday that we take blokes on big hikes and do some cliff jumping.
We changed the name of it.
Wild Man Wednesdays.
Or was it always Wild Man
Wild
Wednesday?
Man Wednesdays, yeah.
I still need to come on one of them, like that.
Yeah, it's great.
So you've got a new EP coming out, or is it out?
It's coming out in the studio recording right now.
And that's called Potions and Rhymes.
Portions and Rhymes.
Take us
yeah.
through that then. Where's the whole vibe? Where's that come from?
Portions and Rhymes. So Portions and Rhymes is a line from the first single. And I picked 3 songs that were all wrote at different times, so that the story arc of how they were written is different to how maybe they're represented in the EP.
Right.
The first song is called, we've got Feel Good, we've got Lose Control, and we've got Jekyll and Hyde.
Is this a personal representation
Yeah.
of the lost Facebook?
Exactly. Yeah, man. Feel Good's a great track. It's a feel good song. It's like a getting ready to vibe song. It came from last summer. I was at a festival after a breakup. I was feeling a little bit heartachy, and I just couldn't enjoy myself at this festival. And I hadn't drank for like 2.5 years. Hadn't drank for 2.5 years, but I just after the breakup couldn't just get in the swing of things. And I was feeling a bit low, and I'd like for the first few days I was just like, oh, I just want to feel good. I just want to have some fun.
Let loose.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, totally. And this lovely psychedelic chica we just crossed paths, and she had a bottle of honey tequila, a little hip flask of honey tequila. So we ended up having a drink, and then the
tequila took hold.
The tequila took hold. No, it was the honey. The honey took hold.
Right.
Sugar rushed. And we had a great time. We had an absolute great time. And when I got back, I was like, wow, that moment just that changed it. So that's where the song came from. I just want to feel good. Second one.
Is that one you're going to play today? Are you going
It might be, yeah. That's going to be the first single. So yeah,
Right.
I'll play that one today.
Well, you briefly touched on you not drinking for 2.5 years there. It was sort of one of my questions I wanted to ask you about, really, because you mentioned there about heartbreak and stuff, and you tried to do sobriety just coming out of heartbreak, didn't you? Which was like probably the most difficult
Do you know, I did
time to do that.
I did sobriety coming up. I think it was possibly my sobriety that really led to the breakup.
Right.
Or like it coming closer, a mix
Right.
of like it happening sooner, a mix of like lockdown and me choosing a different path. Yeah, led to that.
And what was that like? Because I remember seeing you, when it was last year, and you were, I think you fell off the wagon a couple of times last year, didn't you?
Yeah.
What was that like? Because I've been on the island many years, and I go through stages where I think life's a journey. To sort of just pick, this is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life, is a naive decision, really. But
sometimes we've got to make that decision
true.
to get there.
But living on this island, I wouldn't. Yeah, there's lots of different sides to it, but especially in San Antonio and the game, the sort of profession that we're in, playing music, it's very difficult, isn't it, to sort of say no to that guy who comes up and says, I bought you a shot, let's do a shot together. It's really difficult, isn't it? And you sort of offend people by saying no, which is sad, really, because you then just have the shot to please that person when you sort of forget about what you want to do. Yeah. What was that? What's that like? Whereabouts are you now in that journey? Are you still sober now, or?
No, I enjoy a few drinks now. I think I needed that time off alcohol 100% because, like you say, I was so caught up in work was also my passion, which was also my social time, and it was just all in this
mixed together
That's
in
this like alcohol-soaked thing. I couldn't decipher what was what. I couldn't decipher who I was anymore. So like, something's got to go. So I had to pull the pin on alcohol for a little bit, and when I was sober, I honestly said I will never drink again, and that was part of my journey. And having a drink at that festival was actually it was a bit of a moment where I had to really think about what I was about to do, and afterwards I had like a bit of a collapse of like identity again because I'd
you felt as though you'd wasted.
Yeah,
which is not true.
Which is not true, but in that time of sobriety, I'd started my coaching business. I'd just been helping coach people through the same thing that I'd been through with alcohol, and then it's like, I'd let everybody else down. But then I realised something had changed, and the reason I'd got lost in it so much was because on paper, I had everything that I wanted, or on paper that I could think of in that moment. I had everything I wanted. I'm living on Paradise Island. I was in my van. I had my dog. I had my lovely missus. I had all these beautiful gigs, and it was like, what next? So there isn't anything to aim for, but I couldn't think about what to aim for because I was just trapped in this alcohol cycle that wasn't letting me expand my mind to envision a future that was bigger than this. So it's great to soak up what you have, but as humans, we want to continue growing. Otherwise, we just get very upset. Doesn't matter where you get in life. We need to continue expansion.
You need a purpose, don't you?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You need something to be aiming for. So when you hear about it, like all the times, like billionaires get to a certain level of business and they go, "What's the point? What has been the point of all this?" And they end up killing themselves. But not all of them, but it's happened. And some of the happiest people on earth, their sole mission is to maybe not grow, but to just like be present, and their place in the tribe. They know who they are, and like their purpose is. They very much understand their purpose, like, and how meaningful their impact has on the rest of the tribe, and they'll be the happiest people in the world. But yeah, I needed that time off alcohol, and then. Now, in that time of sobriety, I have found that North Star. I know what I'm aiming for. I know where my growth is. I know what I'm striving towards. So I have been afterwards. I have been able to strike a bit more of a balance with it, and it also helps. I've been playing some gigs where you don't have that many people coming over, shoving a shot under my nose anymore.
Yeah, sure. It's the gigs helps. That I do. That's the problem, mate.
I've done them, mate. I've done them.
But what's your favourite shot then?
My favourite?
Shot.
Tequila.
Right, got 2 shots of tequila. One for Buddy as well. I know he's performing later on, so he's got to be doing.
Yeah, honey tequila.
It's not often so you're going back to that, right?
It's not often in the bars though.
So do you miss something? Do you not have any shots now, or?
No, I love the
odd shot.
I love the odd
but
shot.
But you don't go back into the depths of getting all the time. Basically.
Yeah, exactly, and it is a slippery slope. And like last summer, like it was a bit when I'd started drinking again, I did get into fall back into some bad habits, and then thankfully I only got here at the end of summer, So by the time the winter came, and everything started slowing down, and then I went, I realised that, okay, now I've got this winter to like realign myself. It was a big life shift, and we all go through.
Yeah, and do you know what it is? Like a lot of people, and this is thanks to the mainstream media. A lot of people who don't live on the island just put this island in the category of getting fucked up, party, and that's it. But they do forget that it's not just party and beaches. Like it's a beautiful island, and when I first came to this island many years ago, I'm not afraid to say it. I had a bit of a problem with drugs actually, and when I came to this island, everyone was like, "You do realise you're going into the biggest drug environment. It's going to be worse for you." And it actually really helped me because when I got here, obviously I'm from Sunderland, you're from Middlesbrough. We don't get very much sun, do we? And it's not a very naturistic area. So naturistic, is that a word?
I think that means going to the beach naked, doesn't it?
Sort of, yeah. But when I came here,
you could get naked.
I could get naked. So it solved all of my problems, getting rid of those boxes. But no, like people don't realise that this island really helps you to, if you want to sort of become a bit calmer and sort of and stop drinking even, or stop taking drugs or whatever. This island does embrace it if you really want it, and it's the perfect place because there's perfect little sanctuaries like your Calaconta, the north of the island. Obviously, you've moved away from San Antonio now and you're living in Santorini. That's a whole different aspect of the island, and it sort of helps you, I think. Do you know what I mean? So I think it's a good place for change. Ibiza,
totally
100%.
agree. Totally agree. I made a decision to go sober at home, and then like 6 weeks into the future, it was like after a friend's wedding. Drank for my last day, the day after that wedding, and then about a week or so later I flew to Ibiza. So I got sober really in Ibiza in the sun on the island. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, congratulations by the way.
What for?
On your journey.
On my journey, thank you very much. I'm still on the journey, mate, and I still make big mistakes. And there's one thing that I'd like to say actually about people who quit something. You're not quitting anything really. It's just the next part of the journey. And like I stopped smoking for 3 years, many years ago, and then I started again, and then I quit again for 2 years, and I started again, and I have the odd cigarette now. I probably have maybe 3 or 4 a day, which is still not great, but it's better than what I used to. But when I started again, everyone was like, "Oh, you've wasted those 3 years. Like you should be really like, you know, like proper like negative, like oh, like no, they never said you should be ashamed of yourself, but they may as well have."
Yeah.
And it's like it's not about that. Do you know what I mean? Because those 3 years I've still got under my belt, and those 3 years were a different journey than I'm on now. Do you know what I mean? I quit. I quit. I stopped eating meat for a while, and now I have meat once a month. And it's just. Life's a journey, do you know what I mean? And to sit there and say, I'm never doing this ever again, is very naive and sort of a little bit, you sort of put that pressure on yourself by saying that.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean?
And when I made that mistake, well, it wasn't a mistake, it was just happening.
It's just part of the journey,
It was just a part of the journey. I had a drink, but because I'd been holding the beast away with a pooey stick, and then all of a sudden that little stick snapped, and then I didn't have any tools to like dance with the monster. It just ate me alive.
That was a quote and a half. That was a whole like that was about 3 sentences with commas in between. That I'm gonna take that.
And then it did just ate me alive, and I got lost in it for a few more months, and that was also part of my journey. Now I've learned to dance with it, and especially in Ibiza, you can have a few days in a row that like maybe at home it's a bit different, but everyone's just going for the weekend. Oh, yeah, every day's a weekend, so you have a few days in a row and it catches you, and you're like, oh, come on, gotta fix up the sharp. Yeah. Maybe, is it a month off that you need? What is it? So yeah, just being able to do that. Yeah.
Well, I think we're gonna end the interview on that. I think that was a good ending for everyone's on a journey.
Yeah. And
there's no mistakes, no regrets, because at the time it's everything you wanted.
Yeah, and I'd love to add to this. I just read a book called The Peaceful Warrior.
Peaceful Warrior.
And there's it's a true story about a gymnast in the States called Daniel, and one night he meets this like old older gentleman. He's like a bit of a sage, working in a petrol station. But everything he does is very like contemplated, and like just his way of like Mr. Miyagi style, like the way he makes his tea is perfect, and he's just so present with everything he does. And he's basically the guru, the teacher for this young gentleman, Daniel, and he tells him to clean up, stop drinking all the time, and you need to meditate every day. And Daniel knows that this sage has got something that he wants, so he's like,
from him.
Yeah,
right.
And so he's got something that the sage has something about him that Daniel wants. So he's like, I want to learn from this. I want to learn from him. He's just got a way of being, a way of life. It's so well put together, and I just want to be more like him. So he's following all his rules, and he's giving him a bit of a hard time, but he's like, he cuts out junk foods, quits drinking, and he's super, super strict on himself, super strict. And then he comes back to see Socrates, as he's called, the old sage, and he pours a whiskey out, and he lights up a cigarette, and Daniel stood there like, really? What the fuck? Like, I can't believe you're doing this.
Because he's telling him not to do any of this stuff.
Exactly, and he's been giving him such a hard time for it. And Socrates turns to him and says something along the lines of like, young man, when I enjoy a drink or when I enjoy a smoke, I really, really enjoy it. I'm sitting here with intention of going, I really want a glass of whiskey right now, or I really want to smoke right now, and I'll sit and enjoy it. It's not habitual. It's not something I do to just make me feel normal. It's the real intention of going into it. And that sort of changed the game for me in allowing this in my life, after going through a period of going where I had to, just like Daniel had to, where it was like, never again, I can't do that. Got to rewire your brain on a level, and then you've got to like let it back in and find your balance with it again. And
yeah, that's a really good point.
Yeah.
I think we're going to end on that. I think that's great. That's a cool point. But you're going to play us some songs.
Yes.
Or play us a song rather.
Yeah.
So we're just going to get set up. I'd like to say thank you very much for sitting down in the heat.
Thanks so much for having me. Yeah.
But so what song are you going to play for us?
Feel Good. It's going to be the first single.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're going to Feel Good, and yeah, let's get set up.
Yeah. Put his hair everywhere.
I just wanna feel good. Move a little closer now, if you would. I just wanna feel good. I need tequila to blow my mind. I've got a psychedelic pixie in my sights. She float on over, fun in her eye. Gotta trust that everything's in perfect time. You're an energetic firework, light it up and let it burst. Step into my universe. I just wanna feel good. Move a little closer now, if you would. I just wanna feel good. I just wanna feel good now. I'm drinking up your atmosphere, you knew I would. I just wanna feel good. We play with magic, potions and rhymes, and with her touch I feel it rushing up my spine. Her hands are healing, she casting vibes. My body pulls into this feminine divine. Oh, you're an energetic firework, light it up and let it burst. Step into my universe, 'cause I just wanna feel good. Move a little closer now, if you would. I just wanna feel good. I just wanna feel good now, now. I'm drinking up your atmosphere, and you I would. I just wanna feel good. I just wanna feel good, I just wanna feel good now. I just wanna feel good, I just wanna feel good now, now. I just wanna feel good, I just wanna feel good now, now. I just wanna feel good, I just wanna feel good now. Na na, oh na na, oh na na, oh na na, oh no no, oh na na, oh na na, oh na na, oh no no. I just wanna feel good, na 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 na. Yeah.
Right, welcome down to the Limbo banter. Is that what we're calling it? The Limbo banter?
Come on down to the Limbo banter, you might get the surprise.
Right, so we're going to start off at 7. 7's a good number, I think. So, do you want to go first or shall I go first?
You go first.
Me go first. It's always me that goes first, isn't it? Right, so we're going to go for 7. I think this one should be a little bit of a doddle. Right, so rules are, your head has to be the last thing that goes under.
Yeah.
So you can't do that. But obviously the head, the last thing that goes
Gotta lean
under.
back over.
And you're not allowed to, nothing's allowed to touch the floor apart from your feet.
Got you.
So if your knee touches the floor or your hand, that's it, you're out. And you are allowed to touch the bar as long as the bar doesn't drop.
Got you.
All right? Right, here we go then.
Oh, there we go.
Ooh,
Oh.
felt that. Here he is.
Oh,
The Limbo
that's
Guru.
Easy.
Right, so should we go down 2?
Yeah, 2.
Yeah?
2.
Go on then. So we're going down to number 9. Buddy, we're a long way off before you're going to find it difficult. Is this one of your tactics?
Yeah.
Me off?
I'm leaving it.
Right.
That looked significantly harder quite fast,
Ooh,
actually.
Feeling that. Regretting these stretches. Go on, buddy, put them off. Oh, that was close, wasn't it?
That
Or not?
close?
Or have I just been wishful? Do you want to drop down 1 or 2?
2.
He's going for it, mate. So what are we on now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
What's
You
your
go.
record? How we son? Serious business now. Oh, that's some spread. Oh, well done.
It's a tough one, this,
That's
mate.
some spread. I'm really
Here he goes.
quite nervous that these hyper flash DJI microphones are gonna tilt me,
Ah.
tilt me over.
The plan, that's the plan. Oh, yeah, he's got it going on, mate. 1 or 2?
2.
2.
Let's have it.
Right, so this is 13.
And your record's what?
I think my record's 14, I think.
Right. Start going down 1 after these then.
I'm feeling me back, mate.
Come on!
You've got the drop crotch going on though, mate. I bet he's not even wearing any boxes under there.
I put weights in them to keep me right, to keep me level. Ooh, go on, go on. Oh! Woo!
Yeah, mate, he's got it.
It's a bit dodgy on the old knees, isn't it?
It is. I've got me knees are fine, mate. It's me back.
Is it?
1.
1.
14. So I think this is my record, isn't it?
It looks low now. It looks low now.
Oh no. I'm feeling a bit of pressure, mate. I'm regretting not doing those stretches. That croissant's lying a bit funny as well.
Of course, of course. Go on, lad. Ooh. Come on.
Oh!
Oh!
Oh God, right, I'm out.
He's out.
Shit.
Here we go.
Couldn't get it this time. Not too much of a deep breath. Oh, his beard. Right, 2. Well, you're on for your record now. It's a fucking I've seen it. I'll give you a shave. I think I'm going to start putting like a razor on the end of here.
Barbed wire it.
Right, so this is 15.
Come on.
Well, no, I think Lauren got 15. Can you do it, buddy? What do you think? Can you do it? Can you give him that energy, mate? Oh!
Oh no.
Well done, mate. That was good. So, your record was 14.
14. Got your
You've done
record.
really good there, mate.
Thank
He's
you,
got no
bro.
shoes on as well.
Ah,
Right.
that was it.
Good. Retake. Thank you very much for tuning in to Ibiza Amigos. Please tune in next week for another. Am I in set? Man? Please tune in next week for some more guests. Thank you very much, Brad. Absolute pleasure. Thank you so much.
Woohoo!